In the last episode, we were starting to have to do a bit more to keep our biomes in a somewhat healthy state. So, abandon all hope, ye who enter here, and let's play Tyto Ecology. I should have entered that before. Anyway, so we've been seeing a bit of unbalance starting to happen. We've seen carnivores decimating herbivores. We've seen herbivores completely deforesting areas. We've seen insectivores just committing insect genocide. And the game is getting harder now. I think that's the point where I definitely want to switch to a reasonably low time passing in your absence. Because if you stay at a year, then you might return too late to fix anything. And the biome might be far gone by the time that you get back, and you'll have detritus building up. You'll have oh my god, I hate it when that happens because it's always a bad sign. Also, it seems that verifying our game data indeed sorted the issue with the achievement spam. So I should have done that earlier. Okay, so we've been away for 12 weeks, which means this is the cutoff for news. Oh no, we didn't actually sort it out. Yeah, I was thinking that we had this in our bag, but nope. The achievement spam continues. So, there's that. I should definitely stop that. And probably play something else. Are we done now? Great. Okay, so we lost a group of mushrooms in Zone 2, which is probably that way. I mean, it's both ways, because it's a circular biome. And that's sadly one of the things that you end up often having to do in this game, is you have to... that one had it... that one was quick. You begin your day in the biome with basically replacing all the stuff that can't, all the detrivores, all the herbivores, and all the stuff that has died and that you kind of need around. I think I had a millipedes over here. Let's put them there again. And let's put another batch over here. Let's take earthworms. There you go. Okay. A group of moths has died here as well. Zone 1, Zone 2. I believe that was over here. And that kind of sucks. I'll have to diversify my pollinators. Because I believe that this might get in trouble here because we may not pollinate it. We may not be pollinating it enough. We did, luckily, but still. I prefer to have more pollination going on, so we'll just spam the butterflies. Actually, there are plenty of those, so that's fine. And millipedes have died in Zone 1. The group of agoutis has been starving in Zone 1, which is weird, because they shouldn't starve there. They should not have been starving here. I guess they would starve over here. Which, still, something that shouldn't have happened. I'm not sure where they would have been starving. It's one of those. Sometimes the game doesn't properly remove kind of empty populations. Kind of impressive that this one still has a repopulation. Okay, yeah, the ocelots here... Are they ocelots? Yeah, ocelots are doing a lot of damage to everything. And that's really something that they're good at. That's the one thing they really can do well. Okay, and earthworms have died in Zone 1. I don't think we need more agoutis here. I mean, they're doing fine. A bit too fine, to be honest. And I think the frogs were the culprits for the loss of some insects. So we're going to put some more ants over here. And some earthworms over here. And maybe even some millipedes in here. There we go. I think you sometimes have to kind of account for the lack of insect repopulation by just placing more of them on your own. And probably more than you started out with. which again I think is not the best way to go about the game itself, but sometimes you just have to do it. And I would still like that to be removed, but I know my chances of that happening are pretty slim. Anyway, let's enter the grasslands biome. And as I said last time, I'm not sure how long this Let's Play is going to continue. I do feel like playing something a bit more challenging again. So we'll do something more city buildy. I should probably stop adjectifying things. But yeah, we're going to probably go for another more city or colony building, maintaining game. I actually have the permission already in, so do look out for that. I hope you'll enjoy it. It's a game I've had a bit of experience with, but I've never been as good in as I was, for example, in Banished, where I really had a lot of time under my belt. I actually had experienced I actually had a fairly successful city on hard mode already going way before I entered way before I recorded the Let's Play. So yeah, it was just pretty easy for me, and Banished was actually one of the very few games that I've been reasonably successful even at hard mode. I usually don't even dare to touch that mode. I'm also not sure if the... oh no, it didn't freeze. I thought we were stuck on that loading screen, but no, we didn't. Yeah, the milkweed is also a bit of a buggy plant, because it's technically only edible by insects and by badgers, which don't care about it. Okay, why is that? Okay, those need something to eat, and they need it quick. Have some deer mice right over here. You can have them all, and maybe some frogs as well. No, I really don't want to place frogs there, because deer mice are insectivores already, and we don't want another bat of insectivores. Even though they say herbivores here, I'm quite sure they are secretly insectivores. So, okay. Now let's see what has died. Yeah, the rattlesnakes are a bit in trouble. We're going to have to place another batch here. And in fact, that might warrant... I should probably stop trying to place animals while trying to click on something else. Yeah, king snakes will probably have that. And yeah, I think this is way too long. Anyway, we have lost a group of prairie dogs. We still haven't lost those rabbits. Although it seems they've been kind of cropped down, although they might just have split. But yeah, I would say the baby rabbits have certainly decreased in numbers, which is good to see. I would say those burrowing owls have been hunted by some bobcats that have juveniles. Let's see if we can find juvenile bobcats somewhere. Also look at all those prairie blazing stars. I mean, this looks pretty nice. It would look better in higher definition graphics and stuff, but still, I think this, just imagine it, it looks pretty nice. And I think this is something that people need to do more. They need to have more fantasy when it comes to... is that a mini bobcat? No, that's actually an adult bobcat, which should go about hunting soon. And judging from the environment here, it shouldn't have much trouble finding something to eat. Look at that, we're just entering the birth of more rabbits. They're just spawning in this center here. I think, yeah, I believe that they start hunting at about 75% when they wake up. Yeah, look at that, this rabbit has just escaped a hunting creature. I think it was a burrowing owl that tried to eat it. That's something they added relatively recently. The fact that hunts can fail. Before that, hunts were 100% successful, which kind of sucked because your animals would be guaranteed to die off. Well, there goes our rattlesnakes. That was nothing surprising. I think I am going to put some frogs in here, because I don't know which of those two will make it. Either the frogs or the deer mice. So let's diversify it a bit and hope that goes well. Also, do we have honeybees or something here? I thought I had a bee colony here. It seems like that got eaten away. So we'll place another of those. It's probably not anywhere here. And yeah, once your pollinators die off, once they are killed by something, you're kind of boned if you leave the biome for very long times, maybe a year or more, because then everything will go downhill. The plants will stop repopulating, and from there on it's just starvation spiral. Your detrivores will probably make it longest because they don't need anything else to dwell on, to proceed and to proliferate, but at some point even they will be overwhelmed, and then things go downhill quite fast. It's even worse if your pollinators and your detrivores are eaten quick, because then you're just screwed. And that's how deer mice can screw it. Or they could. They were really good at it before, because you would just end up with a ton of them, and they would eat your detrivore, and they would eat all the insects. So all you had left were mushrooms, and if you only use those sparingly, then your biome would just be overwhelmed with detritus. Or even though if you had many mushrooms, it would still eventually get overwhelmed, because mushrooms are not that great when it comes to, actually they're okay, but at some point even the mushroom is overwhelmed with it. And that's a bit of a difficult point. Okay, do I want to place more prairie dogs? I think I do. The question is where to put them. I think here would be a fun place to have them. I mean, there's plenty of rabbits, so I'm hoping that they would have better chances of survival. Just because there is such a ridiculous amount of rabbits. I'm also going to place another batch over here. And I want to check something. I believe we had some milkweed, so I want to see where the... Oh yeah, look at that. We have a lot of that stuff. The thing is, it doesn't get eaten. And, yeah, as I said, only badgers can eat it. And it was a... the devs actually acknowledged it was a poor choice to place. Or to put into the game as it is, because it's just not eaten enough to make it worth it. And yeah, the only thing that can eat it in the game is the badger, which we'll unlock and place here. Since badgers are omnivores, they only have like a certain chance to actually go after the milkweed, and they're not particularly interested in it. So yeah, this stuff just overruns your biome usually, and it kind of sucks. So I should probably not have placed it in the first place, but then again, I believe it's part of the biome, so you should place it and just hope that it doesn't overwhelm everything. But it's really good at that, so if you really want to make sure it doesn't overwhelm your biome, just don't place it at all. Since there are lots of other plants you can just place and that will do well for you, there's nothing wrong with not placing the milkweed. And in fact, I regret having put it there. And other people have seen it even worse. Like, it was literally the only thing that still had room in their biome, because it was taking all the planting spots away. Okay. I actually wanted to record this yesterday, but I didn't get to do it because I was traveling to Freiberg, which is a lovely town in the Saxonian mountains. It's probably not the right word, but I'll say well-grown hills. And that sounded sexistic, didn't it? And I've been having a discussion with a professor of mineralogy there. He was really nice, really helpful as well. He gave me a few more leads I can follow for my essay, which is great. And I got home pretty late. I think also cooked and also did... Oh yeah, I met a friend at the supermarket, so we talked for a while, and I got home late, and then I cooked because I rediscovered my love for cooking, and yeah, I just didn't have... Actually, when I got home, the roomie was already sleeping, so I didn't want to record, because I don't do that for the sake of the peace at home. Okay, there is a lot of not achievements, of warnings here. Look at that. The deer mice have completely destroyed everything. And we're going to lose those mushrooms as well. So let's put down some... thank you. Let's put down some emergency plants. I'm not sure why those... Oh yeah, because the rattlesnakes aren't doing that great. We'll have more rattlesnakes in a few weeks though. Also there is a cougar approaching. Will he go for one of those rabbits? I think he will. Also, what is that? Is that a... That looks a bit weird. Oh, I think that's just a lot of rabbits having starved. So there is a bit of detritus here. It's nothing too... Yeah, those have starved. If you can see the... if the hunger bar is empty here, I think the rest have stated that. If the hunger bar is empty, then the animal has in fact starved to death. If the hunger bar is kind of filled, or partially filled, then it has been killed by something else. Also, yeah, that joint fill was not enough. I was expecting that, so that's fine. However, let's see, those are fruiting soon-ish. Those are in need of pollination soon-ish. Is that a honey milkweed? Okay, I'm trying to find something that is in fact fruiting right now. So we can just put that down and not have it eaten immediately. But apparently I can't have my plants and eat them as well. So why would I do that? Where's the other kind of cactus? We had the barrel cactus, we had the saguaro cactus, and there was another. There was another kind of cactus here. I'll have to look it up and I'll just search for it here. The beaver tail. Let's put one of those here. You, go there. Are you fruiting? You are not fruiting, which sucks. Okay, we need pollinators. Pollinators. We need loads of them. Let's have some moths and some butterflies and some millipedes. And most importantly, we need bees. Well, we don't need them, but I want bees. Speaking of bees, they're not doing too much right now because it's bloody cold. The one thing that might be important soon is that the foul brood has arrived in Dresden, and that kind of sucks because it means I will eventually have to, well, next year we will all see a lot of sampling from the beehives, because the veterinary is going to visit every beehive, or at least that's how it's supposed to go, and it's going to take samples, and if they find a foul brood in your hive, you're doomed. Well, you know, not you, but your hive will be screwed. It will be destroyed. It will have to be destroyed. And all the beekeepers in Dresden are really worried about that, because it kind of sucks, because you have to light it on fire. That is literally the only thing they tell you. You have to light it on fire. Actually, I think they even give you an oil barrel for that. But yeah, of course, no beekeeper is really looking forward to having to light his hive on fire, including me. I'd really not want to burn the bees. But if I'm forced to do it by law, then I'll have to. It's just a thing that happens. Also, those guys can't reproduce. I suppose a cougar got one of them, which is a real shame, but there's nothing I can do about that. How long until those reproduce? 80 weeks. That's a lot of time. I'll still probably just put down some more bobcats over here, on this side. Where did they go? There, bobcat. Go there. No, not there. Maybe here. That's perfect. And we'll put a kangaroo rat over, say, here. And I want to see those other lizards. The where were they? The Gila monster. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. You there. You shall from now on live right over. So did those reproduce? 5 weeks and 8 weeks. They have juveniles, and there will be more of those. That's 3 weeks. That's 6 weeks. That's fine. So I suppose we'll get those to repopulate pretty damn soon. We have this stuff, this stuff. I don't have anything or anything fruiting here, which kind of bugs me. Yeah, we don't need that. We really don't need more coins. What did I have here? 12 weeks, 4 weeks. We'll put a honey milkweed in there, because that is fruiting reasonably soon, and that should actually get those animals a good start. I actually like it when the things kind of coincide, when you have the flowering period of a or the fruiting period of a plant coinciding with the birth of new animals, which is always kind of fun. And I think that's often how nature has arranged it, so that the both the pregnant animals and the newborn children, or the newborn cubs or whatever they are, so that they can live in quite a bountiful environment. I mean, it makes sense if you think about it, because that's how probably most of them are going to make it. Okay, so zone 2, I should probably have checked that before. That's zone 3, that's zone 2. It doesn't look that depopulated. I'm not sure what has killed all those millipedes. I suppose it would have been, I don't know, deer mice or something? Oh no, armadillos. Yeah, probably armadillos. Which I'm not used to having around for very long. Back in the early versions, they were eaten by pretty much everything. So whenever you placed armadillos, if there was a carnivore around, it would eat your armadillos. Okay, we also use up all our energy, or most of it. And I don't think there's more I need to do here, so I'm gonna leave the biome and move on to the final biodome, which is, as usual, the Himalayan biome. And as usual, I didn't set up my countdown because I never do this, at least not for Tyto Ecology. And we'll enter this biome. Come on, move it. As you may expect, loading times get longer as more things happen, just because, well, more things have to be calculated and drawn and done. So of course it just takes a while. I'm running out of things to say. It's really weird. And I think that's also a sign that a Let's Play might be in need of, either something fresh, although I don't know what I could add to this series. I mean, this is not overly frequented. I don't think I get that many views on it, so not many of you are watching this, which means there's not that much I can do. If you want something or want to see something specific here, maybe there's a combination you wanted to try out, go ahead, leave a comment. Or there's something you want me to do to one of the biomes, or that's your idea that might fix it, go ahead, leave a comment. I will look into it. Okay, so now I saw a group of pika starving, which should be over here. I think we had some more berries and stuff here. But now that I see it, the Himalayan honeysuckle is in fact in full bloom and full fruit, which is even better. which means a few of those should, thank you, sort this out quite nicely. Because they should all go for that, and that should also leave us with quite a few new honeysuckles. Which are probably not going to make it, because they will be eaten quite a lot. But yeah, it might happen. Also, I would conclude that adding foxes here was not quite cutting it. Although we're having 5 young foxes. I want to see those. I think fox cubs are cute. That is not a fox. That is a dead chevrotain. And as you can see here, hunger 100%. So this is... those are mushrooms. Where's my mini fox? Also, is that one going to kill this chevrotain? It looks like it didn't. They just passed through each other. Let's see if we can find a stupid fox cubs. That's a mini marmot. Oh, that's a fox cub. Well, it's just a tiny version of the fox one, of the big one, but still, I think they're cute. It might also be interested in eating plants, which is fine with me. And I think I need something to curb those pikas here, so we'll have to look for something that's a small to medium-sized carnivore. Let's see if we can find something like that. Herbivores, omnivores. I think this place is lacking in exactly that. Like, we could use a bobcat here, because large things probably won't touch those. Let's check the other notifications. The others are just generally things have split, which is not a bad thing to have. Let's look at this. Even though we have elephants in there, and I think the rhino's also pretty close, nothing is going on with them. There's the Asian elephant. Look at that. The bungee oak is fruiting. And something just froze here. I hope this didn't mess up the recording. We have elephants. We have those rhinos, which still haven't had children. The elephants as well. Like 77 weeks away. That's a lot of time. It's over here. And that's something you have to consider with elephants. If you lose one of them early on, then it may take ages for the population to recover to a sustainable level and to just bounce back. Because elephants don't bounce very well. They what are they doing? They plunge, they plummet, but they don't bounce. Okay. There are some bears here which are doing fairly well. Can actually see if we can find one of them. Are you a bear? You are a bear. 63% hunger, that means you should be going to get something to eat soon. And it's not like you have a very far distance to those berries. You should be very, very fine with those. Apparently you don't care. So you're not a care bear. Sorry. I'm really sorry for that one. Okay. So what are those? Muntjacs. Omnivores. I never thought something like that would be an omnivore. I always, when I started the game, I always thought, okay, those look like deer, so they must be herbivores, but in fact they're omnivores. And since they are medium-sized, we might as well put some here. Do I really want that? I don't know. I really don't know if I want that. What I want is... I really don't know. We could try more foxes, but I don't think that's going to solve anything. And I do appreciate that not every biome has like strictly the same kinds of species. As in, you don't have your basic, I don't know. I mean, they could just make it that they are reskins of each other. So you'd have like 3 pollinators, the small herbivore, the extra small herbivore, the cute herbivore, and then like 1 or 2 carnivores that eat those, and 1 or 2 bigger, and 1 and 2 apex, and so on. And then that for every biome. But the approach of not having all of that being the same means that some biomes are a bit, or some species will be a bit overpowered for certain biomes, and it will overrun it, like the pika here, which has nothing that really eats it, because we only have those humongous apex predators and those omnivores, which don't do that well when it comes to curbing a specific thing. And they're also too large, which is another problem. We have carnivores which will eat a lot of meat, but they just won't care about those miniature animals, and that's a bit of a deal for me, and for the biomes. So will it be fixed? I don't know. Probably not. Although chances are, but I really don't know if the developers are watching my specific Let's Play of Tyto Ecology. If they do, I would be really humbled and honored, but I really don't think they would watch this. At least our pomegranates are doing well. I mean, look at that. They're doing amazing. And they're having fruits like crazy. I think that was one of the more recent additions, that even if none of those fruits are eaten... Look at that, we have foxes here. Even if none of those fruits are eaten, the plant will still produce one offspring at least. I'm not sure if it was at least or if it was exactly one, but it will produce offspring. And I think this is actually the place to put in the pika, because those trees are doing a bit too well. And I think it's really necessary to kind of curb them a bit. Although I'm not sure if I can actually achieve that, because there's just... these can't be killed anymore. Which again is something that is a bit wrong. The only thing that would really kill those would be detritus. So if we could ramp up the detritus here, these trees would probably die. They would very likely die. Speaking of death, I think we need more of those. We have a lot of dead wood here, so I think it warrants having stag beetles. Which, again, could just be placed anywhere, but the biodex says, yeah, those larvae live on dead wood, so I'm trying to put them where dead wood would happen, and that's just kind of a forest. Well... Okay, let's have one more look here. There's nothing into urgent need of fixing. We'll put some new earthworms here, just in case. Maybe not here, but there. What are those? Himalayan balsam. It's not doing too well. Oh wow, okay, we'll probably get those achievements again next time, so let's look forward to that. Also, that looks really ravaged. Yeah, that's a pretty much dead balsam. Oh wow, those pikas are spreading. They're actually trying to get to the other things, like the maidenhair fern and the joint firs. And they're eating everything. They're eating just about everything, which is weird because they have all those berries here. They have ridiculous amounts of berries and just don't eat them. They could live like kings and they just move over to here for whatever reason. And eat grass like cows or something. Oh well, I'm gonna sign off here and I'll see you all next time. Bye!